Hello everybody, welcome and welcome back. I am CrisTheGirl and today we are in Orlando, Florida, specifically at the Mall of Millenia. Now, what is the Mall of Millenia? Have you ever been here? Have you ever seen it before? I know a lot of you out there don't live in Florida. So what is the Mall of Millenia? Why are we here? Why are we doing this today? Well, this is going to be another installment of this whole sort of series-esque that I'm doing on my channel where I show you some of my old stomping grounds, some of the places that I used to live, and just share a little bit more of my story, my history, my background, all of that good stuff. And that's what today is. No, I did not live at the Mall of Millenia, although I swear to goodness, sometimes it really truly felt like that. I used to work here. I used to work at the mall in a store that is no longer here, unfortunately. But we're going to talk about it anyway. On top of that, I do have some other stories related to the Mall of Millenia. As really weird as that sounds, I've been here a lot. I've been to this mall quite a lot. I used to live in this area, not Orlando specifically, but in the Central Florida area for most of my life. And so yeah, I'm very familiar with this mall. I've spent a lot of time here, and so yeah, that's what this video is gonna be. I'm gonna share with you what I did, what I worked, where I worked, all of that good stuff. I've got some stories for you all, and on top of that, we're just gonna walk around the mall. I haven't been here in over a decade. I have no idea what's going on in here. Back in my day, this used to be quite the bougie quite the bougie mall. I don't know, I'm assuming it's still that way, but malls nowadays here in America have really declined, have really gone downhill. So I don't know, did the Mall of Millenia go that way too? I have no idea. We're gonna find that out today too. So thank you all so much for clicking on the video. Quite a long intro here, but I had a lot to set up. Thank you for clicking on the video. I really hope that you enjoy it. And without further ado, let's go. So before we go in, let me spin you this yarn here as quickly as I can. I worked at the Mall of Millenia after I worked at Disney World. So basically, well, it's a whole long story as to why exactly I left Disney. Maybe someday I'll go into that, but short version here is that I wanted to do something different. I was really sick of working at the theme parks. And so I thought, why not try retail? That would be a lot of fun, ha ha ha. And spoiler alert, it wasn't, but it was different. It was different, so that was nice. And I got to wear my own clothes, which was really nice, especially after wearing neon printed dino pants and such. So it had its pluses and minuses. We'll get into all that later. But anyway, so I worked here part-time at the mall after I worked at Disney. And I was here for about a year or so. Okay, to be honest with you, I just walked in here and I almost feel like I want to vomit. I'm like, oh God, here I am. I'm back here again. Oh, haven't been here, like I said, and I think over a decade, if I had to guess. Maybe even, I don't know, maybe even the last time I was here might have been when I worked here. I'm not sure. Wow, the ground is still the same. It has that weird calendar thing. Oh man, the amount of hours I spent in this mall. Still looks really nice too. Still looks really bougie as well. I swear to goodness, it still smells the same in here. It still smells the same. I'm having PTSD, legitimately. I was not prepared for the PTSD. I don't know why. I didn't think it was gonna be this bad, but wow, I'm transported directly to when I used to work here. They still got the screens all around here, and again, the weird calendar stuff on the floor. This place has not changed since it opened, except for the stores. I'm sure the stores are different, but wow. I don't know, I'm blown away. Oh, there's the food court where I spent a lot of my time. I took my breaks over here. I got food at the food court. This mall hasn't changed. This mall has not changed. My mind is blown. There's even still a California pizza kitchen over there. There's the Johnny Rockets. There's the Chipotle. I used to order food there quite a bit. There used to be a falafel place where the Bricks and Bowls was. I ordered from there a lot too. Really, really good falafel. No longer there. But yeah, this whole food court looks essentially the same. In general, there's probably a lot of stores that I wouldn't be able to tell you like what used to be there, etc. But I do remember there was an Urban Outfitters in that store where the Burberry is now. I'm kind of sad that that's not there. I'm not gonna lie. I used to buy some weird stuff in that Urban Outfitters. I used to buy my sunglasses, and not too much to be honest, because that was definitely way above my pay grade at the time. But oh well, no more Urban Outfitters. Maybe they moved it somewhere else. I don't know. I was actually so turned around, I started walking back the direction that I came from, where I parked, and there's like a Sephora behind me, and it was like, wow, there's 2 Sephoras in this mall. No, I'm just an idiot, that's all. Wow, all of this is still the same too. Sorry, I'm like, you all are like going on this journey of PTSD with me. I guess that's what these videos kind of usually are, but man, this is like blowing my mind. It has not changed. Even the Brio Tuscan Grill, that was always the Brio Tuscan Grill. I tell you what though, I don't think there was always a Lush there. I think there was a Lush in this mall, but I don't remember, and I don't know if it was there or not, but nonetheless, I'm excited. I love Lush. We'll have to check that out later. Okay, so we're now walking in the direction of where I used to work. I legitimately have no idea what business took its place. I didn't look it up. So we're gonna see, we're gonna find out together. I also still have a Tiffany & Co. store here. There's a lot of stores in this mall that like have like a barrier in front of it, like you can't go in. Like they have to let you in. Tiffany's is like one of those ones that have like security guards at the front. It's wild. There it is, Urban Outfitters, they just moved it. See, I had a feeling they probably just moved it. We'll have to pop in there too. And to add insult to injury, it's a freaking Pottery Barn. That's what they replaced it with, a Pottery Barn. So I worked at Crate & Barrel. That used to be a Crate & Barrel down there. Why on earth? Well, actually, I have an idea of why it went out of business, because they always had a hard time sort of keeping up with the lease. The leases in this mall are like super, super expensive, as you can imagine. So it was always kind of up in the air every year if the Crate & Barrel was gonna stick around. And eventually, now this was a very, very long time ago, yeah, they left. No more Crate & Barrel in Orlando. Which is really sad. Like that definitely makes me sad. And not just because of when I have to apply for jobs and I have to explain to them that my Crate & Barrel and all the people that work there that could give me references don't exist anymore. It doesn't exist. There's nowhere to call. There's no brick and mortar place to call. It's always fun. But anyway, yeah, wow, Pottery Barn. All right, well, let's head down there. Okay, so I popped outside because I am genuinely confused. It was a long time ago, like I said, it's been a while. That would have been the outside of the Crate & Barrel. All of these windows and all of that stuff. And if you are familiar with Crate & Barrel, this should all pretty much look pretty much on par with that, right? So, I don't know, did the Pottery Barn take place of it? Or was the Crate & Barrel on the second level? Because we just popped out these doors. And here's this, that's where I would enter every single day. Your girl is confused. Your girl is confused. Maybe we were on the second floor. Maybe I was wrong. If that's the case, then some random fancy store took the place of the Crate & Barrel, and obviously you can't get in from that side of it. So they walled all of that off. That's sad. I would have been happier if it was the Pottery Barn instead of some random fancy store that I've never heard of, and I don't even feel comfortable walking in because it's so fancy. And I don't know, they're gonna think I'm gonna like steal something or something, you know what I mean? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I wasn't planning on that. Well, anyway, while we're outside, let me explain to you what I actually did at Crate & Barrel. So, like I said, I worked part-time. I started off seasonal, and I started working there in October, and more near November, the end of October, early November. And I started off seasonal because the holidays were coming up And as we know, stores put out their holiday stuff extra early. So I was there to work and help out for the holiday season. And my number one job was like working on like the Christmas stuff, the ornaments, and like unboxing all of those things, and also stocking the actual store. So like going out into the store with my big old cart full of stuff and then putting it on the shelves and making it like arranging it all and making it all look nice. So I wasn't like a sales associate. I wasn't, you know, doing sale. I wasn't doing sales, basically. I was more so in the back, unboxing boxes and putting stuff out on the shelves, as well as taking care of the back door when people would come up and get like large furniture items and things like that. They would come to the back and pick up their stuff there, so we had to help out with that. And just like a bunch of other random stuff. And yeah, that was my job at Crate & Barrel. And I tell you what, I loved it. I had a really good time. It was retail, so it wasn't the most fun thing in the entire world, but because I worked in the back, I didn't have to deal with people that much, like customers and guests. So I actually had a really good experience there. I loved all of my management, and the actual company Crate & Barrel, I feel like treated us pretty well. That was my experience, at least. And compared to what I was making at Disney, I was making like $1.50 more. So I was like, ooh, wow, $9.25. I'm making a lot of money at the time. So I don't know, it was a good experience. I look back on it fondly, and it was such a good experience too at the time that when I moved to Oregon, and this will be a whole other story at some other time in the future, but when I moved to Oregon, I also took a job at Crate & Barrel because it was just such a good experience. And guess what? It was a good experience in Oregon too. So I don't know. It was actually one of the better companies that I've ever worked for. But yeah, so I was there seasonal, and then because I did such a good job, they kept me on for part-time after that, which was awesome. The only downside of the whole experience, I guess, was that I lived really far away. So at the time I was living with my parents, and they lived in Cocoa, which I've shown that house. I've shared all of that in previous videos. There's a whole playlist out there. And if you don't know, that's like an hour-ish from here, maybe an hour and a half, hour 20. So it was a heck of a commute every single day to get here, to work here, plus tolls on top of that. And I wasn't making a lot of money. So I wasn't making a lot of money. Now, I was living rent-free, thankfully, but I also didn't have any other choice. I had to live with my parents because I wasn't making a lot of money. But it was what I wanted to do. So I'm very lucky that I had supportive parents that let me do these things, and let me figure my way out and help me out with that. So yeah, that was kind of my Crate & Barrel experience. Not a bad one. Definitely have some weirdo memories here for sure, but nothing on Crate & Barrel's part, just more on my own personal part. But yeah, it was a good time overall. And then yeah, like I said, this is the parking lot I would park in every day. You had to park like way in the back in the employee section, not up in the front here. That's for the paying customers. It's so crazy. It's like abandoned Crate & Barrel, which it literally is. It's sad. That makes me really sad. Would have been happier if it was the Pottery Barn, which, by the way, I popped in and they were selling 4th of July stuff. Great sign. Halloween's right around the corner, folks. Get ready. Anyways, I wanted to show this back part here because this is where a delivery truck would come in and drop off like pallets and pallets of stuff for us to unpack and unload. We had to do that every week, I want to say. And that was a lot of fun. It actually wasn't really that bad. So yeah, Crate & Barrel. It was a good time. You should totally put a Spirit Halloween in here. Just saying, Spirit Halloween. It's wide open. Yeah, overall the Pottery Barn looks more like what was it on the first or the second floor? And I'm tripping. I don't freaking remember, but it had to have been on the first floor, right? Or the second floor. What am I even saying? I don't know. Either way, that's the store that's in there now. that one there. And then I guess they're gonna put in a new store in here at some point. So I don't know what it is anymore. It was in this vicinity. Let's just say that. It was in this vicinity. There was a Crate and Barrel. Take my word for it. It was here. Kind of dangerous working at a mall too, because I would spend a lot of my time before work. Usually I closed, but I would spend a lot of time before work if I got here early, walking around the mall, maybe doing some shopping. Not a lot, because again, it was bougie. I can't afford a lot of this stuff. I still can't afford a lot of this stuff. I think the thing that's tripping me out is like the windows are the same. So I want to say it was on this level, because the windows are the same, and also the floor is the same. It was like this wooden floor. When I was walking around, it was like creaking, and I was like, oh my gosh, it feels like I'm in Crate and Barrel. But I don't know, that doesn't make sense with the parking lot. I don't know. It was somewhere in here. Just take my word for it. This was literally like well over a decade ago, so you give me some slack here. I also have a funny story about Abercrombie and Fitch. This is one of the stories that I wanted to share. I'm gonna share it in a little bit once we get in a good spot, because it's kind of a long story, but I trust, there's a story here. All right, we're gonna go in Urban Outfitters just for some more nostalgia. Sunglasses. You could always find weird sunglasses here, and that's the one thing that I would get. Pretty much the only one thing I could afford. This is the whole store here for you too, by the way, in case you've never been inside a Urban Outfitters. What are clothes anyway? What are clothes? Are these made out of beach towels? Are these beach towel pants? Listen, how do I feel about this? I don't know. Some of these are pretty cute though. Like, I like this top. It's definitely very 90s. We are looking for stuff for dark fashion to get us through the summertime, as I keep saying. That is adorable. It's $35 though. It's kind of expensive. It does feel pretty good though. Very soft. Tell you what though, they got some cute dang socks in here, and I do need some socks. All right, I caved. I did buy some things. Look, I know that Urban Outfitters has this reputation of being like a not hippie, a hipster store. And you're correct. That is totally what it is. But honestly, I don't really care. I just like what I like. Inside of the Anthropologie now, even though we literally were just in one yesterday. But I can't help it. I love Anthropologie. Check it out though, 20% off of all mugs. That's dangerous. I do love their mugs. They are so cute. Found some jean jackets. You know we love a good jean jacket on the channel. I gotta tell you, I know some people are not gonna like this. I love this. Of course, it's gonna be super expensive, but I am a big fan. All right, I think we're gonna head into Lush next, and then we're gonna hit up this Starbucks. Very excited about that. If you don't know what Lush is, it is like an all vegan, all organic store with like body stuff. So like body scrubs, body lotions, face masks, all kinds of stuff, bath bombs. It smells amazing in here. I love Lush. We also have a lot of shampoo in here too, which I've heard good things about, as well as shampoo bars and conditioner bars. I got something from Lush. I did not expect to be buying stuff today. I figured I would buy some things, but I didn't think I was going to be buying as much as I did. Now, everything that I've bought hasn't been like super expensive or anything like that. It seems like a lot, but I swear it's not that much. Anyway, I'll show you what I got at the end of this, like I said, but we did stop at Starbucks. Got me a croissant, nice little snack, my strawberry acai lemonade, and I'm just hanging out, enjoying the day at the mall. Definitely be more fitting if I ate this croissant in front of the Tiffany's store though. Okay, keep this Hollister in mind, because this also plays into the story that I'm going to tell you all later. Very much so. Again, PTSD. And also keep this in mind. Because that's part of it as well. So I actually headed back to my car because we were at the other end of the mall, and I didn't park too far away from the entrance of Macy's. So I figured, let me drop these bags off, and we're actually gonna go back inside because there's a couple more stores I want to check out before we leave. But I figured I might as well also tell you my story. So this was before I quit Disney, but right on the edge of when I decided to quit Disney. So I went to the mall in Millenia and just kind of walked around and like was thinking what stores are hiring, where can I grab an application, etc., etc. And I happened across the what was it? Was it Hollister or was it Abercrombie? I think it was Abercrombie. I'm pretty sure it was Abercrombie that I went into. And it was just kind of like looking around. It wasn't in that location where it is today. It was in a different location. But I went into the Abercrombie. I was just kind of looking around and like pretending to look at the clothes, because I never, ever, ever, ever bought a single item from Abercrombie and Fitch. Okay, not the kind of person I am. No shade to anybody who has, but it just wasn't my thing. Nonetheless, went in there, was looking around, thinking, should I ask for an application? I don't know. It's not really my jam. And then, as I'm looking at the clothes, someone comes up to me and literally is like, hey, are you looking for a job? And I turn around and I'm like, yes, I am. Looking for a job. I didn't say this, but that's literally the reason why I'm in your stupid store in the first place. Is because I'm looking for a job. So to me at the time, it was almost like divine intervention. Like, oh my gosh, I was here looking for a job, and like it's just like plopping on my lap right now. So the guy was like, yeah, we're looking for managers for the store, and you might be a good fit. So here's my card. Here's the application. I'm gonna email you, and I'm gonna send you the application, and you can come in next week and do an interview. So it was like, yeah, that's great. And I know all of it sounds like a scam. It wasn't a scam. They legitimately worked at the Abercrombie and Fitch. So I'm all excited about it. I'm like, wow, not only am I going to get out of Disney, but I'm gonna get a manager job. Like, I'm gonna be an adult. This is awesome. And what a great opportunity. And I hope I don't blow it, because I'm not good at interviews. And I've never managed anything before either. So it was also just kind of like, how do you know like that I would be a good fit for this job in the first place? Like, you literally don't know anything about me or my background or anything, but you just kind of not offer me the job, but just like let me know, hey, we're hiring for this. You should totally interview. So anyway, I was sweating bullets like the whole week and looking for like some sort of professional outfit to wear, and just like, oh my god, like I was nervous. Like I was really, really nervous. And I come back the next weekend, and it's early in the morning, and I park here at the Mall of Millenia, and I go in for my interview. I go back to the store, and I go up to someone, and I'm like, hey, I'm here for the interview. My name is Christina. I have an interview at whatever at this time with whoever it was. And they look at me kind of funny, and they're like, oh, okay, we'll have a seat over there, and then we'll figure it out. So I go and have a seat, and I'm kind of like, that's strange. Like, shouldn't they know that I'm coming in? Like, someone should have let them know that I was coming for an interview, but whatever. So I sit down, and then they call, like they're doing stuff all over in the background, and I'm just trying not to puke, basically, because I'm so nervous. And then finally they're like, okay, so-and-so is going to meet you over in the cafeteria area, and then they're going to do the interview there. So I go over there, we do the interview, and it went okay. It wasn't the worst interview I've ever done, but it certainly wasn't the best. Of course, they're asking me like a bunch of management type questions, and I don't have answers to those, because I've never been a manager before in my life. And like I said, I'm not good at interviews. I'm not good at them at all. So I didn't feel good about it afterwards, and I was kind of like, I was sitting in the parking lot, and I think I called my mom, or I was just sitting there like in the parking lot afterwards, like, that didn't go well. I'm really bummed, but something's off about this. And then it hit me. I didn't go to the right store. When I went in there for my interview, I went to the Hollister. I went inside of the Hollister store, not Abercrombie and Fitch, to do my interview. Those stores looked so similar to me, and I literally couldn't tell either one apart. that I went into the wrong dang store with all of the confidence in the world that I was in the right place, because it looked exactly the same to me and smelled exactly the same too. If you know, you know. So I just realized, like, wow, no, I'm not getting this job because I can't even tell their freaking stores apart. So that was that. That's my story. Yeah. Needless to say, I never got a call back. Okay. I want to go into Forever 21. This is actually something I've been wanting to do for a while now. If you've been with me for a little bit, I've mentioned every now and then how difficult it is to shop for clothes when you are the age that I am, because I feel like I'm too young for this now, even though I used to shop at Forever 21 seriously all the time, like almost exclusively. But I also feel like I'm too young to shop at like a lot of other stores. So I don't know, like I'm in that weird in-between time, and I know a lot of other people have expressed the same sentiments as me. But in any case, I kind of still wanted to go in, look around, because sometimes you can find some really cute stuff at Forever 21. I want to see what's going on in there. Forever 21 has some wild stuff too. I've found some weird stuff in here. Like, look at this random tank top, a corn tank top. Like, what are we doing? A pretty good find here. Again, we're looking for like the gothy, witchy stuff that we can wear during the summertime and not totally fry to death. This is a good one. This is a bodysuit. It's like a lace. It's really lacy, but you'd be covered up in the front, but it's more lacy and sheer in the back. Not too bad. $18. Also, they got a green one, which I really like too, to be honest. Also, I realize not everybody's been inside of Forever 21, so there you go. Little shot here for you. They have a ton of clothes. It's fast fashion at its worst. It really is. It really is. What are we doing? What are we doing? What is fashion? What is fashion? What is this? Fur-lined skirt? What is this? What are we doing? So I legitimately left the line because, for one thing, it wasn't moving, but for another thing, a Brooks & Dunn bedazzled shirt. This is in the men's section. That's amazing. I didn't get the shirt. It was $30. A little too expensive to be ironic, but it sure was cool and tempting. Worst fashion in there, worst customer service, which tracks. That tracks for Forever 21. I also almost worked at that Athleta. I interviewed for it, did a group interview, and actually passed. They called me a number of times asking me to work at that store. At the time, it was new. It was just opening, and I applied there. But I decided at the last minute, I don't think I want to work there after all. But it probably would have been cool. They do yoga in there, and I don't know, probably would have been fine. All right, I'm officially done. Holy moly. That was a day. That was a day. Believe it or not, I don't really like shopping that much. I really don't. It's exhausting. Exhausting, and so many people. Ugh. Anyway, heading back to the car, and I'll show you all what I got. All right, hopefully you all can hear me all the way over there. This is the best that I can do inside of my car to show you what I got. I feel really bad. Like, I got so much stuff, and I really did not mean to make that like the topic of today's video, but here we are. I guess I couldn't help myself. A lot of these stores I don't get to see very often, so I feel like that's why I went a little bit crazy pants with it all. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right, let me show you what I got. So we started off at Urban Outfitters, so we'll start with that. I got a lot of socks. We were eyeing the socks in there. So, and by the way, these stores blare copywritten music, and I've had to cut out stuff in the past when we've gone shopping because it does a copyright strike on me. So if I talk about anything like we were there but you didn't see it, that's what happened. I got a copyright, but just pretend like you know what I'm talking about, okay? Anywho, I got some socks because I definitely need some good pairs of socks to go with my Doc Martens, and I've been wanting the socks with like the frilly lacy stuff on them for the longest dang time, And I found them. They're on trend now, I guess. I think because it was such a 90s thing. That was totally what I wore when I was a child in the 90s, and now all of that fashion's coming back. So I'm not mad about that. I'm definitely not mad about the frilly socks coming back. So these are very, I think, have the witchy dark goth vibe. I'm so excited. The socks are the star of today. The socks are the star of today. I'm so excited to wear these. I thought they were super, super adorable. Spoiler alert. I bought socks, I bought bodysuits, I bought undergarments. Those are the 3 main things that I got. So just everybody just be warned, but this is technically an undergarment, a bra, and I thought it was super cute and pretty and lacy, and I'm getting more into, I'm sorry, like, we're gonna try not to make this a TMI thing, because seriously, we all should just be adults, be grown up here. We all wear underwear, okay? Like, that's not a secret. So despite what Victoria says, it's not a secret, dang it. So like, just we're just gonna be adults here, okay? Anyway, I've been getting more into the non-underwire garment game as far as bras go, because wow, this is really comfy. Like, this is super, super comfy. So I've been looking more into stuff like this, the bralettes, I guess, are what these are called, more often. And so I grabbed this. That's what I got from Urban Outfitters. I think next I went into Anthropologie and only got one thing, and I think it's another undergarment here. Again, just kind of going more with the bralette sort of thing. I don't know, when you get a certain age, you kind of just want to be comfy. You know what I mean? You kind of just want to be comfy. And then next from Lush, I only grabbed one thing from there, and I need some body wash, so I grabbed this one. It's called Good Karma. We can all, yep, it literally said, I didn't even know that it said that. Everybody needs some. I was about to say, I can always use some. Good Karma. So there you go. There you go. Wow, I just got really excited about that. There you go. It's a shower gel, and like I said, Lush is fantastic if you're looking for clean, organic body care products, which I always am. You know I always am. Without all of those disgusting like fragrances and like all of that junk. This doesn't have it, and I really appreciate that. So the smell of this is like, well, it says earthy patchouli and refreshing orange oil. It's a very kind of earthy smell. It smells so good. It didn't show me going in the store or anything in this store. But I did go to American Eagle. Now listen, I said this again in the video earlier. There are a lot of these stores that, like, I know that they have like a certain sort of aesthetic to them, and that does matter to me, but also at the same time, it doesn't matter to me. If they have something that is nice, that I can wear and that I like, I'm gonna wear it. I don't really care where it comes from per se. I wish that a lot more of these stores had better practices, you know, were better for the environment and all of that stuff. But I don't shop for this stuff very often, believe it or not. I seriously don't. So I don't, you know, give and take, I guess. I'm not a perfect person, what can I say? But anyway, American Eagle, I did pop in there because I do own a few products from American Eagle, some jeans. They have really nice jeans in there, and a few other things. So I don't know, I kind of like American Eagle. I'm not gonna lie to you all. So I got one thing from there, and it is a bodysuit. It's pretty basic looking, but it's got a fun little cutout on the back there. And like I've been saying, I've been getting into the bodysuit game. I'm a believer now. I understand the hype, and I think that this is gonna literally save my life this summer. Like, I seriously do. So I am building up my wardrobe. This was $25. I did not think that that was very bad of a price at all. It's just a nice ribbed material. It's black, which you know we love. So I'm excited about it. I think this is gonna be nice. I thought the price was good for a bodysuit. What can I say? Also, I did pop into the Vans store as well, and I got some more socks. I love Vans and I love the checkered print. So, and I need socks. So there you go. 2 left. 2 bags left. I bought a lot of stuff. I'm sorry. We're gonna talk about that in a sec. So what I got from Sephora, I needed to get a few things. I'm gonna try this out. It's a charcoal solid thing, I guess, plus a silicone scrub mat. Okay, this is to clean my beauty blender's sponge, and I guess it's made out of charcoal. I don't know. So I need a beauty blender thing to wash it with. So I saw this and I thought I would give it a shot. I have no idea how it's supposed to work or how you're supposed to clean it, but we'll figure it out later. So I grabbed some more primer. This is the primer that I've been using and I really like it. It's Fenty and it is the soft matte primer. So I need some makeup remover. I just used my last makeup remover wipe yesterday, and usually I like to do the wipes for my face when I remove my makeup, but I'm gonna try a cleansing oil this time around. And I have used cleansing oils in the past, and if you don't know what this is, basically you squirt some on your hand, wipe it around, put it on your face while it's dry, and it breaks down the makeup on your face, and then you wash it off. So it's that kind of a makeup remover. And I don't know, I'm just giving it a try. I need makeup remover and I just decided to grab this. First Aid, I've never used it before. I've used this brand before, but I've never used their makeup remover. So we'll see. And then when you're in Sephora and you're waiting in the line and they have all of those quick grab like little things that get you literally every single time, because they get me literally every single time, I grabbed one of these little guys. It's a Milk, it's a cheek blush, as well as you could put it on your lips sort of thing. I actually have this thing, but it's not this color. It's a darker purple color, but this is like a light purple color, and I thought that was really fun. So I really like it. I love this thing because it's so small and I can throw it right in my purse, and if I feel like I need to touch up my blush throughout the day, I can do that. So I got a lighter one, and I think that this color just really fun and pretty, so can always use more of these too. All right, and then finally from Forever 21, the infamous Forever 21. What is fashion? What is fashion? What are we doing? What are we doing out there? Are we wearing all those things out there? Like, are we really doing that? I don't know. I don't, that's why I don't shop there anymore, because like there's literally nothing in there that I would want to wear. But I did find some things. Just a couple. It's that bodysuit that I showed you. Hopefully you saw it. It's like a lacy bodysuit. The front part is covered. It's not sheer, but the back part is sheer. So I thought that would be really cute and really cool, literally cool in the summertime. And then the final thing I got was just these sweatpants shorts. They're really comfy, okay? They feel really comfy. And I work from home. I feel like I say that all the time, just in case you didn't know. I work from home, so these are my work attire. All right, these are my work attire. I can never have enough like lounge pants and lounge shorts and stuff like that, because that's what I wear for the most part. That's all that I wear. So again, it's getting warmer out, so I wanted to have some shorts, some comfy shorts to wear around the house. Was actually thinking about doing like a try on in this video as well, but you know what? I think I'm gonna save that for my weekly vlog. So stay tuned for that. In the weekly vlog that is gonna come out after this video, after this video, watch that. I'll do a try on with like the bodysuits that I wore, and I'll show you what those look like and give you a review and all of that stuff. So, ooh, you gotta watch another video. Ooh, what's she doing? I didn't think that this was gonna be such like a big shopping haul video. And I apologize. Like, I struggle with that, to be honest with you all, because, like, being a shopping channel, because I don't like, I feel like I'm promoting overconsumption, and I don't like that. I don't want to promote fast fashion. I don't want to promote, like, oh, look at all the things that I just bought. You got to do that too to be happy, because that's not true. I mean, look, it kind of is for a lot of people, right? Like, I know it is for me. So honestly, who am I to say? But I don't know. It's not great. It's not great. I don't feel great about it, to be honest with you. But to try to justify my actions, I guess, a little bit here, is even though I did shop at a lot of not great companies, you know, I am gonna wear this stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be very happy with all the things that I bought. I'm gonna wear them. I'm gonna wear them to the ends of the earth and be pretty happy with them. So I feel good about that. And I also don't frequent these stores very often at all. So I feel good about that too. At the end of the day, what can we all do? We're all human beings. We're all trying our best. And here we are. But I guess the moral of the story here is you don't have to buy a lot of stuff to be happy, folks, okay? It's fine. You don't have to do that. I just wanted to take you all along with me on my day here, show you the mall, and talk about where I used to work and all of that stuff. So getting back to that, yeah, Crate and Barrel, I had a great time there. I'm very, very sad that it's not there anymore. I wish I could, like, show you around and point out where the, you know, the back room was and, like, all of that stuff, but it's not there. It's not there. But yeah, overall it was a good time. It, like, actually physically working there was a good time. I made a lot of friends working there. We had a lot of fun. And like I said, I loved my managers. I loved the people that I worked with, and I even loved my job to a certain degree. Like, it was pretty easy, and you didn't really have to deal with too much crap, and I liked it. I had a really, really good experience working at Crate and Barrel. The reason why I left, why I quit, actually was because I moved to Wyoming. So there you go. So this was actually the last job that I had here in Florida before I moved, and that was in 2014. Actually, almost 10 years ago now, because that was in April when I left. If I'm not, yeah, it was in April when I left. So almost 10 years ago, I was in Wyoming. That's a whole other story. We'll get into that at some point. But yeah, it was a tough time in my life. I very much see it as like a in-between sort of thing. Like, Disney was a big job to me, and then, like, working what I did in Wyoming and then onward were big jobs to me. But, like, working at Crate and Barrel always felt like an in-between sort of job to me, because I was just kind of lost. I wasn't really sure what I was doing, just trying to make ends meet, literally just trying to survive, and just going through a lot personally too. Like, that was a really tough time for me personally as well, dealing with a lot of stuff. When I think back at my time here in Orlando, and especially during that time, was incredibly difficult. One of the most difficult periods of my life that I'm not sure I could ever get into detail with you all, to be honest, because it was kind of that bad. But who knows? Maybe I'll share it someday. I don't know. Sometimes I think when you share stuff like that, like bad experiences and whatnot, it's helpful for other people because they feel seen and heard as well. And, you know, like, you're not the only one out there who goes through tough times. So you never know. I might share that in the future, but for now, I'm not going to talk about it. We're not going to go there, but I just wanted to share sort of what my mindset was at the time when I was working here. So I guess that kind of says something about the job in general, if that I can look back at it now and think of all of the good memories of working there, and having positives to say and all of that stuff, when it was a really crappy time in my life. So anyway, Mall of Millenia. The mall hasn't changed. It sure hasn't. But I have. Wow, have I changed a lot. And that is, that's pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing now that I think about it, because like I said, I was so lost. I was so like, what am I doing with my life? And hey, okay, maybe that hasn't changed that much, but I have a good job now. I'm doing this now. You know, I have YouTube. I have a fiance. I have somebody who loves me. I have a lot of blessings and good things in my life right now that I never could have dreamed of at the time. And so to think about that, like just how different that time was from how different it is for me now is like, wow, I've come a long, long, long way. And that's pretty amazing. And sometimes you have to go back to your old stomping grounds to like really drive that home for you and like realize that. So that's cool. I'm glad that I could take you all along with me and share all of that. So thank you all for watching. I really, really, really appreciate it. I'm so glad that you're enjoying these vlogs. We're gonna be doing more of these going forward, a lot more of these going forward, because I can see that you all like them. So thank you for watching them. Got so many adventures coming up here, as I always say. I've got big plans coming up next month, and we have some fun stuff coming up this month too. And I'm really, really excited about it. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for being part of the channel and for always being here for me. It means the world to me. Okay, that is it. We're gonna drive home. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye, everybody. See you soon. I just realized it's called Mall at Millenia. Mall at Millenia, not Mall of Millenia. I've literally been calling it wrong my entire life. So that's fun. Oh well. Thanks all for watching. See you later.